朋友，让我们以掌声欢迎快经济策略大师麦奎斯教授。
I study corporate flops, and I have a whole file at home. I call it my flops file. You have to lose your parent company at least $50 million to get into my flops file. That's the bar. If you, as a leader in your organization, believe that your advantage is going to last for a long time, it can actually be very dangerous. It can cause you to miss the signals that the world is changing and not really be able to make an adaptive or appropriate response quickly enough. And that can really be problematic. So I think the first kind of main message I'd like to leave you is we do start to see some evidence that things are changing, that the old recipe for success is not working the way that it once did. And the thing you want to be watching for are the things that precede the numbers. Because by the time it shows up in your numbers, that's much more difficult to recover. Right. So you want to be looking for things like customers, and this would be a Clay Christensen phenomenon, customers are finding simpler or cheaper solutions to be good enough. You're not able to get the talent you would like. Competition's coming from places we didn't really expect. So those kinds of early warnings are the ones that you want to be paying attention to. And in the old days of strategy, competition was overwhelmingly within your industry. So if you were in semiconductors, your competition was other semiconductor manufacturing firms. If you were in automobiles, your competition was other car-making companies. And that's okay. That was a very traditional way of looking at strategy. But what we're finding today is competition actually jumps, in many cases, across industry lines. And so one of the most significant things you have to decide as a leader is what is the arena that I'm actually competing in? What is it I'm competing for? So I think the new playbook for strategy covers what I call 6 areas that are different than the historical way we've thought of them. Now, people often ask me, is it really true that things are faster? Or is this just hype, that people think, the world is changing, the sky is falling. And I think this chart is kind of illustrative of why that, I think, is actually going on, that our response times have to be faster. Our innovation cycles have to be faster. So I hope you found this interesting. I hope it's given you some ideas for what you can do. Because I think part of the challenge is not to get freaked out by this. Part of the challenge is to say, if we know that we could be ending up like BlackBerry or Nokia or any other firms, what are some things we can start to do now as leaders that would help us get better positioned to take advantage of those opportunities to come? Thank you.